Oh, didn't see you there. You know, when I was taking a dump, it kind of reminded me of 2017 and 2018 when all the projects just didn't deliver. But you know what? There were projects that were doing fantastic, and you know what? I remember the top 5 things that these projects have that I would like to share with you in this episode. Let's go! So we're gonna jump right into the episode where I'll be sharing the top 5 tips that I use when evaluating projects in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space. We use a very simple model here at Crypto Grinders, which is called FACTS, which stands for Fundamentals, Accountability, Community and Communication, Transparency, and Strategy. So, fundamentals is very important. When we look at the white paper, the website, we want to understand what does the company plan to achieve, or what does the project want to achieve with the technology that they intend to build. Can it be for the healthcare space, the property space, the accountancy space? Is it the payment processing space? And what is actually currently lacking in those various industries before we even consider this project viable or not? The thing about fundamentals is that it is up to the project on whether or not they are planning to solve the problem or they are trying to improve on the existing industry. The next tip is accountability. Whenever a company wants to raise funds, it's very important that they already state in their white paper what do they intend to do with the funds. How much is going to be allocated to the founders, how much is going to be allocated to the advisors and early investors, followed by how much is going to be allocated to marketing, future development, and whatever that it needs to do. It's always good that it's clearly stated out within the white paper. From there, to take it one step further, right, it would be even better that they engage lawyers to look through and make sure that all these things are stipulated clearly so that when investors do come in or participants that come in during the ICO stage are clearly aware of what is going to happen for their funds, right? Allocation is extremely important when it comes to building a business. And if they are not able to plan out how their finances are going to be used, I think the community will eventually feel dejected when they decide to use the funds for something else. I mean, at the end of the day, the flexibility of the ICO space kinda is a little grey on that part. So as a company, whenever they are able to be accountable to their community, is going to be something that is a plus point, which is the next point. The community. Now, the community is something very unique in the cryptocurrency space. In traditional markets, although there seem to be communities, but it's very different because right now everyone kind of comes together in a Telegram group, a Discord, a Slack channel, and they can come together and discuss about the project. From there, you really build a follower base where everyone is talking about your project, and you'll be surprised what kind of community members you'll get. Sometimes you'll get the ones that are just here for the money. But as you build your product and you're showing strong developments in your project, you gradually get loyal fans and more folks who are interested in helping you succeed. In the next portion is the communication. When a project fails to communicate with its community, which I've seen many projects do after they have raised their money, right? That's when the community starts panicking. Now, this is the part where it's very challenging as a business to continuously have news or events that you want to highlight. I completely understand. But when you're in this space, okay, and especially if you're raising funds through this space, you have to make sure that you have something to educate your community members. And that is why actually education is one of the most important things, which we have actually highlighted to some of our clients in the space, and they've been pleased with the fact that now, with our help, they are able to deliver and create community content that is both educational and it helps them with their branding and awareness. So the next point is transparency. Transparency is one of the most key factors, and that part is very hard to do, and I only see a few companies that are willing to do that. From the very get-go, apart from the white paper, they have already managed to create a smart contract that stipulates exactly how the tokens are going to be distributed, when will you be allowed to actually be out of the lockup period, and at the same time, there are other things. For example, if there's some kind of financing that can be done with a smart contract, all those things are part of it. It's always important that you follow the best practices of accounting and auditing. If you are able to furnish that to your community, right, to show, okay, what is my operational cost so far? What has been the overall losses, expenses? From then, is there any revenue, right? All these things, as long as you keep them updated with this kind of best practices, right, you're gonna go really far. And these companies are few and far between when it comes down to transparency. The last thing is the strategy. Now, I cannot emphasize enough about strategy. I think when a company, right, knows exactly what it needs to do and by when, especially when they continuously deliver on their milestones in their roadmap, I tell you, there's nothing more satisfying than being an investor in such a company. And I know it's very hard to do because there can be errors, bugs, but as a project, you are accountable to your investors. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to fulfill all these milestones. And when you are able to deliver all these things to your community and your investors, you're going to leave behind a very strong legacy, right? And reputation in the space that is unrivaled by every other company out there. And these tips, guys, are going to be so valuable to you, not only, especially if you're a project and watching this, take note, because it's going to go a long way. And of course, investors who are looking to invest in the space could potentially use this evaluation model as well. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, guys. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up. And if you have other models that you use or factors that you use, I want to hear from you below. Comment below and please subscribe to the channel. It will really help us out a lot. Click on the notification bell so you will never miss another episode of Crypto Grinders. I'll see you guys.
For more crypto-related content, check out our website now.